And welcome to WRPB and WRPB Studios. You know, time's constantly changing, technology's constantly changing, and being this industry of technology, I think I see it all. And then I run into a gentleman sitting next to me, and he uses technology in a totally different way than we do. With me is Jared Duchamp,
Yes, sir.
and you're with Trakkit GPS.
Trackit GPS, yes.
Okay, so before we go any further, the name kind of says it, but tell us what it is.
So in a real simple way, what we did was we took Wi-Fi, which most people know what Wi-Fi is, and we took GPS, which most people know what that is. We put them together and we patented it. So basically, we are talking to GPS devices or GPS satellites and looking for Wi-Fi to communicate that signal. It's a little tracker. It's yay big. Put it on anything. You could put it in your kids' cars. You can put it on a tractor trailer. You can put it on anything you can think of, whether it's got wheels or not, and it will always tell you where that device is. And there's a lot of other features. What makes us different? Real simple. We have no monthly fees.
So you buy the unit and you're done.
One-time purchase, yes, sir.
Okay, so let me see if I get this right. I get in my car and I put up my GPS on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Plugs into my phone, screen comes up, picture, roads, streets, little icon of my car because I didn't like the arrow. Basically, that's what your item does, right?
Yes, we have a mobile app and a desktop version as well. You can log on and you can track your device wherever you put it in, and you can see it at any time at all. I mean, it's going to give you breadcrumb trails, so you can see where the device has been. It also does a variety of things, and it's going to be hard for me to talk about it right now, but the logging feature is a really neat feature a lot of people like. So every 2 minutes that car is running or on and moving, it's recording GPS satellite information every 2 minutes, and when it comes back to your house and it checks into your Wi-Fi at your house or whatever home you give it, it'll upload that information instantly over the air. So you never touch it.
It's not like, it's kind of like the GPS in my car, but it's really not, because when I'm on street A and I get to street C, it doesn't show me that I was on street A. Yours has history.
Yes.
So you'll know every stop that I make.
Yes, sir.
So now you open up this thing in my mind, and I'm not in the industry, but God knows if I had a company that was delivering stuff, I want to know that my delivery person didn't stop at Joe's Bar or the strip club without inviting me.
If you had a service truck and you wanted to make sure your service truck was going from one job to the next job and didn't stop and take care of, let's say, his dryer or washing machine at his rental property to get it completely finished or whatever he had to do and then go to the job, you would see that because it's going to have a trail of everywhere that this car went. And again, no monthly fees.
Okay. And I know you're not an attorney, but I'm sure you looked into this. So I guess it's legal to put on any vehicle that you own or have control of.
Sure, absolutely.
But it's not legal to put on someone else's vehicle if you don't have control of it.
No, you wouldn't want to do that, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yes.
What people want to do and what people do, two different things.
You can buy them on Amazon, you can buy them on Google, you put them on anything you want to put them on.
Right,
Yes.
but that's not something we recommend or suggest, guys. Just saying. Okay.
I do get that question quite
Yeah,
often.
I'm
I'd like
saying-
to track my spouse. I'd like,
Right.
yes, you can track and do whatever you would like to do with our device.
You know, in the philosophy that I always had, because going back many, many years, I did surveillance cameras. And I had a lot of the baseball players who do spring training wanting them in their cars and their wife's cars, and they wanted phone tap things in their houses. And I'm saying, if you're at that point, get out of that relationship
That's correct.
already.
It's very simple. Yes.
Okay. It's really, right, it's that simple.
Yes.
Okay, why'd you come up with this?
To be honest with you, we started with a thermostat. That's what started it all. We were in an RV and we got tired of walking to the front of the RV to turn the thermostat on and off and on and off. And we said, there's got to be something better. And we looked at the Nest, but it doesn't work on 12 volt. It only works on 110 power.
Uh-huh.
So we kind of got into this thing where we developed a thermostat that works in RVs, and we love to do it. I have a prototype that works, but one thing led to another. We got into the tracking part of it, took some parts out, and then we got into a temperature humidity sensor. We took some parts out of that, and we have some great products that we're selling like candy, but a lot of people are still asking us, when are we going to have the thermostat? The RV people, the Prevost, they're like, when are you going to have this RV thermostat? It's a prototype and it works. We just don't have time to develop it right
It's
now.
funny that you say that because I think it's called Luxury RV, who does Prevost.
Mm-hmm.
They were just in.
Funny.
Greatest people. They really just
They want my product. I just don't have time to develop it.
And that's so weird because it's
There's
a product.
nothing on the market like it.
Right, and it's a product that totally makes sense. Because little did I know that there's no thermostat per se that is going to work on 12 volt.
Not on 12 volt. No.
Yeah, so that really is kind of interesting. Okay, so you come up with this device, this tracking device. Is it one unit? Do they make different kinds of units?
I make the units. I was actually making the units before I came here.
Okay.
I just got an order for 70, so I'm making them. It takes me about an hour and a half to make 12. After I produce them, hardware assembly, put them all together, solder it, I send it to my counterpart, and he programs them and does the final ship, basically to the customer.
Okay, so do they all look the same?
Yes.
So they're in the same housing. They're all they're not different sizes. They're just one
Nope,
size.
I have one. I just don't have it with me right
Okay,
this second.
so it's
Yes.
one size fits all.
Yes.
And then obviously you're busy because your phone is on and it shouldn't be. And
It's my daughter.
Oh, well, that's important.
Sorry, that one comes through the DND.
Okay, so 2 rules in the studio is one is turn your phone off, and 2 you broke the other one too, which is don't wear green. Now it just so
Dark shade green.
happens it's really kind of grayish.
It is.
I'm colorblind, but it was like sometimes he's wearing green.
You still see me?
Yeah. Sometimes it's better. I wish I was wearing green so people wouldn't see me. Okay, so why did you do this with? Because not that I've heard of it before, but there are other products on the market that make you pay a monthly fee.
Because we used Wi-Fi and there's no cost to me for the Wi-Fi,
Right.
I just had a hard time trying to charge customers for that feature. There's no cost to it. It just does exactly what it's supposed to do. It tracks you. It tells you where you were. It tells you where you're going or what you've done, and it doesn't cost anything to upload it to the cloud and show you on your app. So I've already developed all the apps. Everything's already out there. Look at my reviews. Go on the website and look at the reviews.
All right, how is it powered?
2 AAA batteries, and also USB Micro 2.0. So you can plug it in with your cigarette lighter. I have a harness as well that I sell on the internet. You can put a harness on it, plug it into your battery. Very simple. 2 wires, red, black. That's it.
And it's 12 volt.
12 volt.
You know, as a businessman who's been in other industries, I started in electronics doing alarm systems and surveillance cameras.
Okay.
And I worked for companies. And I would be at a job waiting for the guy who was supposed to help me, and an hour later he'd come by. And I'd say, I'll use the name Joey, just for the heck of it. Joey, it was supposed to be starting an hour ago. Yeah, but you know what? I stopped, I had breakfast, and as a business, and I wasn't an owner. Okay, so I shut my mouth, and I was a newbie. But as a business owner, that job now goes overtime.
Absolutely.
So an hour overtime. So now I'm paying you for breakfast, okay, and the job goes over where it's supposed to be, and I'm paying you overtime.
And your customer thought you were going to be there at a certain time to do the job, and he's not there, and you can't start the job.
Not that I don't care about the customer, but it was me. I was sitting there waiting, and it was hot. It was the summer in Brooklyn, it was summer in Brooklyn. So really, it serves a definitive purpose. How long are you doing it?
5 years now, research and development for probably a good solid 4 years to get it to where it works the way we expect it and the behavior is designed and programmed properly. About 4 or 5 years now.
Okay, so now 4 or 5 years ago you start this and you get it, more than that, but 4 or 5 years ago you start putting it out in the market.
Not really. We basically just did research and development to make sure we had the product perfect before we released it. So October of 2020, I started to sell them online.
Okay. Since you started designing this, have you seen changes in technology?
Right now, the only change I'm seeing is most cable companies are offering their routers with 5G and 2.4. My device works on 2.4. The 5G is a wonderful thing, and it's very fast. People don't realize, though, the range is about a tenth of what it is on 2.4 gigahertz. So 2.4 gigahertz, driving down the road, you got about 600 feet is the range. On most people in their house have a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi router. But the 5G is much faster, but the range is only about 30 feet. So right now we're in development of the 5G and backward compatible to 2.4, so we can do both.
So now you open up a lead into what's the future changes in technology for you? 5G.
5G, and because of this, we've basically taken our device, and it can be used for so many things. It has a vibration sensor in it, it has a motion sensor in it, and it has a gyro. So there's a lot of things you can do with the vibration. You could use it for an alarm system. Put it on your door, put it on your window. If your window shatters or somebody knocks on your window, it's going to send you an alert because it vibrated. It's like, hey, I'm awake. What's going on? There's just so many things you could do with it that we didn't market for those things. We just
Right.
have all these sensors because the world and the data is all about sensors. This thing has got a ton of sensors in it.
I saw it. So it's about like this big, okay, and about that high. It's amazing what that computer, because that's what we're going to call
That's exactly what it is.
okay, fits into this little space. Okay, what's the future of the company? Are you going to go into retail with it, or are you going to stay just online sales?
Again, October we started selling it. We've now sold about 4,000 units since October, so less than a year. It's been taken off like crazy. We are now on Amazon as well, so you can go on Amazon and check it out. Because there's opportunities, we've come up with a couple other products. Right now, we have another one that we're selling on Amazon as well. It's called a Trakkit THS. It stands for temperature and humidity sensor. These things, people vacation houses, they'd like to put them in their basements, put them in the attics, make sure temperature stays within the right range or humidity. And if it gets out of range, there's alerts and rules. It'll send you an email, send you a text message. It can actually call you as well.
And there you go. You open a new door because coming from up north, there are a lot of people that come down here for the winter. Well, when you have a house up north, if it's not winterized properly and the temperature falls, you're going to have bursted pipes all over your house.
Yep.
So, surely, all these products that you're coming up with have utility uses that are really amazing and not think, we don't think that way. We're getting to the top of our time. How do people find you? You have a website?
TrackitGPS.com or TrackitFleet.com. Yes, there's our website.
And I know you have a phone number, 833?
833 Trackit. You can definitely find us, 833 Trackit. And if you go on my website, all my tutorials, my videos, how I install them on cars, bicycles, there's a variety of different things I have on my website. Please check it out. Look at my reviews, over 300 reviews on my website.
Guys, it's such a simple thing that's, well, to us, because just like a light switch, we turn it on and we expect it to work. It's such a simple thing that will save tons of people tons of money and even more people tons of aggravation. With that, Jared, I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Everybody check them out. We'll be right back.